Okay, so hi. I thought I'd do it in English as it's an international conference. My name's Theo Skaghias, from the same company as Mrs. Poppy that spoke earlier. Skag. We're in the third generation, so we're 1 in 100, hoping to make 3 in 100. We're not 1 in 100. I'm going to speak about succession. You know, I always hate coming out to speak after doctors have spoken with many PhDs and doctors written, because it's like going to a concert and you have the Rolling Stones, but you have the Rolling Stones first and then you have the Athens House Band coming afterwards. So it's a bit of an anticlimax. So I'm going to try and be interesting. Going to speak from my own experience being in a business family since day one, and see how it has developed and what we've learned through the whole process without any external help. So here we are. I know my auntie, actually, Poppy, said most of our things about the new brand, etc. But if we take a step back and we look at the years since the conception of the company in 1956 by my granddad, it's been 67 years now. We have 103 employees, so it's a lot of families to have in your mind that you need to keep in business and keep them prospering through life. We do have our main portfolio is indeed stationery and filing products, but we are also printers. We have Indigo, we have MGI machines, we don't do any screen printing, etc. And we used to have a Scodex. So printing is also a big part of our business because it's used also to produce our products, but it's also a new business segment of our company which comes into special printing, business cards, menus, etc. Just some figures. A company in 2022 made 9 million euro pre-VAT, obviously, of turnover. We have a very big capacity of machines. We can produce 70,000 X-size books per day. We can flood the whole of Europe if we need, if there is a demand, etc., etc. And we're looking forward into investing approximately, we've invested already 2.5 million in the last 3 years within COVID, and we're looking to invest a lot more than this in the coming years, especially in the printing industry. So this we spoke about. So what the family environment, on how I experienced it growing up, you know, you grow up, from day one, all you can hear is business. At home, I know that most of you are probably business family companies, either in the first generation looking to give it to the next generation, or you've already taken on. So you grow up, you get together, you know, in Greece, grandma organizes a get-together on a Sunday to give you a nice meal, etc., to get together to find out how everyone is. 80% of the time, all you can hear is business. So it's something that goes into your subconscious. This can make you either get interested and enjoy the process, or you can be very disheartened and say, you know, I don't want to be like this, you know, I want to be more relaxed and just be a normal family. So there's always contrast of feelings, and I think it comes down to the individual on how they feel, how they interpret the whole situation, on how they will perceive all the information that they're bombarded with since they're babies, right? So there's 2 points of view. There's the older generation. So I had the pleasure of obviously meeting and actually working along my granddad, who was the creator and the patriarch of the family. And I saw him in his best years and also in not his best years. I saw the amazing stuff, and I saw also a lot of mistakes which we have learned for the coming generations that we shouldn't do. Obviously, it didn't do anything bad to the company. It was all internal and silenced, and it was worked through diplomacy to come out of it stronger. So the newer generation, many times each sibling of the patriarch and the matriarch has more and more kids, and as a gentleman before said, it always comes to very difficult situation when you need to handle cousins, and it becomes like the Lernea Hydra, I don't remember, what Hercules used to kill and cut one head off, and then you'd have more heads coming out and out. So you need to handle this. We haven't reached this. I think we're in a good situation from our point of view, but there you're definitely going to need some outside help. So what we've learned is that you've got to listen to each other. There are situations where you don't even think to get an outsider to help you with succession. You have to listen to each other. In our case, I think personally I've played the role of being the intermediator between the older generations, so that you can, tell him this, I think this should be, this is the way I should do it. And then you translate it into much nicer words and you sell it to the other person, so there's no friction. Also, another thing which I have witnessed in my life and from my circle of friends that have, most of them come from business families. Not everyone is meant to follow their family business. Some, there is kids that have artistic minds, they want to be singers, they want to be painters. You cannot force this person just because you created something amazing that makes you a lot of money, whatever. First of all, you need this person to be happy. You need your child to be happy, and you got to take specific actions into making sure that the company continues to grow, to bring you all the money and the goods and the pleasure that you got out of it, but without depressing your own kid. Time is obsolete, right? So it's the only finite thing that we have in our lives. The rest, I think, it's all manageable. We can create more wealth, we can create more sales, more. Time is very limited, but it needs to be invested. What the doctor mentioned earlier, he mentioned the two letters, E and plus Ypsilon. So epimony, which means perseverance, hypomony, which means patience, in order to create the next generation. You need it from 100%. This is why he showed it 3 times, and I can confirm it firsthand. You need time. You need to listen. You got to take a back seat many times. Most times, don't try to force your way through things. Whether you're the generation going or the one coming, you might be 100% right, but you got to wait. Let everyone express their feelings. Many CEOs, they walk into the boardroom and they say, oh, we've got this problem to solve. My opinion is this, and this. Okay, what is your opinion? This is wrong. You got to go in and say, guys, this is the issue. I want to listen to you first. You let the person express their feelings, not to be castrated, You let them express, and then you can take the final decision, depending on your position in the company, in the end, without speaking on top of others. Also, you need to find your place in an organization. The bigger the organization, the more the positions that you can be absorbed. Not everyone is meant to be a marketeer, an economist. If you want to follow your company, you got to pick what is right for you. The key is that everyone from both sides, you know, you need to coexist. It's a micro environment, it's a micro society, you know, it's a family. So there will be frictions 100%. There's no way you can get out of it, but you gotta speak it through, be calm, take your time, and find a solution without involving, you know, heavy words and making each other sad and mad. So going forward, from my point of view, leading, you know, you got to earn, coming in a family business, and you have a lot of employees. We have on average 25 years each employee in our company. So you have people that have coexisted through the thriving years of my granddad, the creator, in different, completely different times to the economy, how it is today, and how the market is growing. So they've experienced this, they've experienced the second generation, and you've got to earn these people's respect. And I'm talking top to bottom to up, right? From the unskilled worker just picking up packets off a machine to the C-level, because you cannot expect it. It doesn't mean that because you have a name, people are going to respect you. They're not going to. They'll pretend they do, but you got to earn their respect. So what is our job as managers of companies, right? I think I write it there very specifically. It's not to be in charge of people, but to take care of the people that are in our charge, right? So you gotta be the father figure, even if they're older. You gotta listen to them, take in their problems and give solutions. You cannot say, you know, I want this done because I said so. Another thing is empathy and perspective. A lot of people spoke about ensynesthesia, which is, I don't know how you say it in English, but empathy for me is a key thing. So you have, say you have a sales team and, you know, you see that numbers are going down quarter after quarter, year after year. The solution is not to just say, you don't know what this person, this salesman is going through, you know. The solution is not to say, you know, you've had 3 bad quarters, no, it's your last one or you're gone. It's worth to speak to the person. Is everything okay at home? Are you feeling well? Is there any problem? What is restricting you from thriving? So understand the people. And you've got to lead by example, you know. You have to always step forward and give solutions. Do it yourself if needed, you know. Don't be just sitting on the throne. Finally, diplomacy is key, whether it comes to succession, whether it comes to leading the employees. You've got to be diplomatic. It's a very hard thing. It needs a lot of patience, because sometimes you can hear things that you expect that are given in someone's point of view, that, you know, the microphone should be here and not down there. But the person doesn't mean that, but it doesn't mean that this person really understands the mechanics of why the microphone shouldn't be down there. So you got to be diplomatic. Then you got to handle different personalities, whether it comes to employees and whether it comes to the family. Characters, the higher you go and the more close the family is, the bigger the ego, the bigger. Everyone cares for the company. Everyone wants the best for the company. But everyone has their own way of externalizing their points of views on how it should be done and in which way. So you got to realign everyone together. So the final thing is this graph, which many of you have seen. It is a bit of a marketing point of view on marketing the product, and but also marketing the company to your own employees. So what most companies do is they come from outside out. So what do? We're a stationery company, right? So we make notebooks. how do we do it? We use the best quality paper, special printing with spot UV. Why should you buy from us? Because we have notebooks. So that people will be like, okay, yeah, not a big deal. So this is the wrong way to inspire people. The right way is to sell why you do something, how you do it, and what you do. So why is our vision of our company is that we want to give unexpected inspiration at any moment to the user. We do this inspiration-giving moment by giving them the canvas and the brush to add their own touches of inspiration in their everyday moment. This is our mission statement. So, and we do that. We don't just we just happen to make stationery products that translate this mentality onto the products. So we sell why we do something, but not what we do. And this is something that needs to run through the whole organization. You need to inspire people. You need to apply this mentality, because otherwise you just fight with products and price. Finally, we got to determine if we want to lead. You know, not every man is made to be a father. Not every woman is made to be a mother. You know, not every person should be a manager. Not everyone. Everyone has some ability to lead, but it doesn't make them good leaders. So you got to work. If you want to be a leader, yes, we have the ability, but you got to work on it. You got to study, you got to do seminars, and of course, a lot of it comes from inside you. The question is if you want to lead, and if you're willing to take all of the responsibility of leading, you know, the sleepless nights of capital controls in Greece on how to pay your employees, how to pay the suppliers. Of course, there's good things, there's higher returns when things go well, but there's a lot of weight, a lot of stress coming in when things don't go well. This is all I wanted to say. It's you know, it's an experiential point of view on a family business. Pretty sure we're going to make it into the 4th generation. We are planning very strongly. Things are looking up, and I thank you so much for coming from abroad, from outside of Athens, from Athens to hear us, and I'm open to any questions. Thank you.